Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Hello, how are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel Learn French with Anubhav. If you have already subscribed to my channel, press the bell icon to get the latest updates. In today's class, we'll be discussing the topic, you may call it accent or simply symbols in French. Now, while reading any passage or any sentence, it is very common to find some symbols like this horizontal colon, then this heart kind of thing, right? It's very common to see this. So, it's not like they are put anywhere just like that. They have some special purpose when they are put in some particular place. And today we'll be discussing those only. So we have in totality 5 symbols like this. So 3 of them we will discuss in today's class and 2 in the next video. Hence, this is the part 1 in which I'll be discussing 3 of them. And there's one this, and there's one this also. So we have total 5. So let us start with the first one, which is known as the cedilla or la cedille. Cedilla. Discussed in the video of CR ending verbs, cedilla is the small inverted C with a kind of a short line above that, and this cedilla comes always under the C. Like it can't come under any other consonant or vowel. This cedilla will come under C only. So let me just write it here that it is this thing, cedille. Talking about the purpose of cedilla, like cedilla is used to give a soft pronunciation to C. Like we have discussed earlier also, like if we conjugate commencer with nous, and if we don't put the cedilla here, since O comes after C, it will be pronounced as commencon, which will be really odd to hear. Hence, to make it soft, we add the cedilla. So, the use will be to give C an S sound instead of a K sound. Like could have the cedilla not been here, it will be having the K sound and it would be really hard and rough to pronounce. To make it soft, it will be commençons. Nous commençons, we begin. Now I'll be writing 2 more words. Say garçon. Similar example, since O comes after C, it will be like garçon, which would be really weird to hear. So we will put the cedilla here, so it will be garçon. A soft sound will get added up. And talking about the language which we are learning, français, it too has the cedilla under it. If we talk about ça, this also has a cedilla. If we talk about ça, the pronoun demonstrative, this also has the cedilla under here. So these were some of the examples where we are using the symbol cedilla. Now it's time to move to the next symbol. Coming towards the second accent mark, which is the acute accent or l'accent aigu. L'accent aigu is this one. You may define it as an upward sloping line, like if we draw a graph, like the supply curve we have, so it's that one. An upward sloping straight line, a small one. So like economic students can relate like this also. Like the supply curve is accent ague. And accent ague is put only above E. Why above E? The purpose of accent ague is to alter the pronunciation. Like, there are some words, if we take marsh, marche, that's the difference. If this accent wouldn't have been here, it would be marsh. And I don't think that would mean anything. But if you put the accent here, marché, it becomes market. Like this accent above E gives the pronunciation of A. A-Y-A. Just like we have the words like way or say, this A pronunciation comes here like marché. Let's write one more word here, médecin. Médecin. Again, an accent over here. Médecin means a doctor. And then the most common place to find it, like the past participle, be it ER ending verb, GER ending verb, many of the phenomenal verbs, many of the stem changing verbs, like generally the ones which I have ending with ER, say parler. What's the past participle? Par with an accent ague over it, which makes it parler. Similarly, if we take manger, the past participle, manger, this accent ague comes over here. So that was all for the accent ague, and now moving towards the third and the last one for today's class, which is the accent grave. So, the positively sloped one was accent ague, right? You might be wondering, what about the demand curve, the downward sloping one? It is accent grave. So, the one with the left edge in the bottom and in the right edge above is the accent ague, and the one with the left edge above and the right edge in the bottom is accent grave. So, third and the last one for today's class is accent grave, which is this, the one going down. Right. Now, talking about where we can find accent grave can come above A, I, O, U and E. Above these 5 vowels, we can find accent grave. I didn't say above all the vowels because in French, I hope you remember that Y and H are also vowels. So hence the term all the vowels can't be used here. But if we are seeing from the perspective of the English language, then we can say that accent grave can come above all the vowels. So A, E, I, O, U we can find here. Now coming towards the purpose of putting accent grave. First purpose is to distinguish between two words having the same spelling and the same pronunciation. Let's take an example. Say I have written A right here. This A, in French it will be A. So A is the pronunciation of, is the conjugation of avoir with third person singular, like il or elle are, he has or she has. Now if accent grave comes above it, this are will become a contracted article, or it could be a preposition, like it will mean to, like are means to or it can mean at when it's a preposition like a Delhi, at Delhi, or to, like j'ai donné a cadeau à mon ami. I gave a gift to my friend. So a can be to or at. See the difference. Like here it was the conjugated form of a verb, and here it's a preposition or an article. So much difference. Next example, la and la. One with an accent, with an extrograph, and one without. So, what would they mean? La is the article which means the, and la, this one means there. See, so much difference. This la is an article, this la means there. Now, let's take one more. Say oo and oo, one without an accent graph and one with an accent graph. This oo means or, when we have options like this or this. And this oo means where. Again, so much difference is there. Like this difference is significant when writing it. Like it here, it does not alter the pronunciation. Like it's just changing the meaning. But if it comes above E, it changes the pronunciation. We will come to that shortly. So, oo, oo. Same pronunciation, same spelling. While speaking, it doesn't bother whether you put this accent or not. Like while speaking, we can't put such things in our speech because speech is intangible. And when we are writing, it does matters. Like if you are writing oo va tu, where are you going? Now if you are not putting this accent over here, then it will be like or go you, or are you going? That would be weird, that would be meaningless. It should be here to make it where are you going and not or are you going. That would be meaningless, that won't have any meaning. Now talking about when the pronunciation gets changed. Like when it comes above A, I, O, U, it is just done to change the meaning of the words having the same spelling and the same pronunciation. But when it comes above E, it gives a pronunciation, a. Like we can relate it to at. At also couldn't be related directly, like at. Remove the T and pronounce it the same way without the T. A, like that. So this a sound is what E gets if it has an accent graph over it. Let's write some words like tre. A sound, tre, means very. If we talk about mer, which means mother, mer, with an accent graph. Similarly, père, which means father, and frère, which means brother. Like this air sound is coming. The only reason that here we have accent graph. The remaining two accent marks or symbols in French we will be discussing in the next video. C'est tout pour aujourd'hui. That's all for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have any doubt or suggestion, you may write that in the comment section below. You may also like my Facebook page by the same name, Learn French with Anubhav. Thanks for watching. Au revoir. N'oubliez pas que la langue française est l'amour.